We're talking Premier League in this final hour of the show. How many teams do you think are realistically in the title race this season? We saw Manchester City run away with it last time out. Is it going to be more competitive? What do you think? 08717 223344 is the number to call to get yourself involved. Let's find out what Gabby Agbonlahor thinks about it. Where are you going with this one, Gabs?
Listen, I've said since the start of the season for me, and especially when the window closed, Chelsea are the ones that are the team to beat for me. But they've all strengthened these teams. You look at Manchester United, I mean, bringing in Sancho, Varane, and then adding to it with Ronaldo. They've got to be up there as favourites, as well. Manchester City, bringing in Grealish, got to be favourites as well. I mean, adding to what they've done last season. So Liverpool, the only team that maybe for me, they'll be in a race, but for me, they won't win it because they've missed out this transfer window of not bringing in another attacking player. But I could see it going all four teams, making it hard for each one to beat each other. And it's going to be a very, very entertaining league this season.
Who else would you have wanted them to bring in, though? I mean, with Diogo Jota, they've got four that they can rotate around.
Firmino's, do you know what I mean? His strike rate's worse than mine, and that's saying something. I mean, Firmino's injured now.
Worse with yours since you've done your Achilles.
Yeah, my Achilles. But if you ask Liverpool fans, they'll say the same. If you ask Liverpool ex-players, I mean, Jose Enrique said it on his Instagram after the window closed. He can't believe they didn't bring another forward because Liverpool play their best team, probably Jota, Mane, Salah. One of them gets injured. Two of them possibly going to the African Nations Cup in January. That's a 4 to 6 week tournament. So you need a better squad depth. You look at Sterling coming on for Man City, Mahrez coming on, Manchester United now we're going to have maybe Rashford coming on off the bench. You look at Liverpool's bench and Jurgen Klopp against Chelsea looked at it and saw Keita, Chamberlain, Minamino, and he didn't bring any of them on against 10 men. So I just think that Liverpool still needed to have brought in an extra attacker.
Spurs, top of the table at the moment, 3 wins from 3.
Parking the bus for 3 games.
What?
They'll get found out, Spurs. They are parked the bus for 3 games.
Did you watch that Manchester City game? I was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for that.
Bus,
they did not park the bus.
Faye, they did.
Oh my goodness.
You're a secret Spurs and Luton fan.
I'm not a secret Spurs fan. I'm a 100% Luton Town fan, that is for sure. But I do watch Spurs a lot. And I've been impressed with them under Nuno.
Yeah, they've done well, but I still think they're going to fall short. I mean, it depends what you're saying about Spurs. Do you think they'll be in with a title challenge?
I'm not sure about that. I think
I want to get it on quote. Go on, Faye. Say it.
You know me. I love the splinters. I would say it would be impressive for them to get top 4 this season.
Yeah. Did you think they're going to be the most likely to push the top 4? Maybe finish 5th in front of Leicester and Everton?
Yeah, potentially. I really want to see something a little bit special from Leicester and Everton this season, and from West Ham as well, actually, because I very much feel as if this is one of the most competitive Premier Leagues we've had in a long time, and that excites me a lot, and particularly what West Ham did last season.
But that's what you want, don't you? You like, sorry to cut you off there, but you want West Ham to go and play Man City, the Etihad, and go and beat them. Not just, like it's been in previous seasons where Manchester City will win every game, Liverpool will win every game. You want every team, 6, 7, 8 teams to be able to beat each other.
Yeah, and I think, Leicester as well. Obviously, there are distractions for lots of the teams in terms of European football. And I wonder whether, it seems strange saying this, and I don't want to belittle this conference, Europa Conference League, in the slightest, but would that be a distraction for Spurs? Are they dismissing it, or are they going to want to do something in it?
I don't think they are dismissing it because Harry Kane started the last one. I know he hadn't played much minutes, maybe they're using him to try and get him fit, but I think the Spurs fans will dismiss it, but it's a European competition, they're going to have to do their best in it. But like you say, it's going to come down to squads, isn't it? Have Spurs got the squad? You look at going forward, Harry Kane, they've got the young lad Scarlett, who's meant to be a very, very good player, but who else have they got? They've got an older striker, so you can't really risk Kane in that competition. So I think it's going to come down to squads to see who can try and break into that top 4 out of Leicester, Everton and Spurs. And
that is key, isn't it? The squad depth, particularly, it's all well and good at the beginning of the season. Yeah. Some teams obviously have Carabao Cup action Other teams will have players going off on international duty, potentially coming back with injuries or knocks or having played too much. But then you kind of get to the point where the squad depth becomes important when you get to Christmas in particular. Yeah,
and that was my point about Liverpool. That's why I thought they should have definitely brought in someone else, because you look at Manchester City, they've got two teams. I mean, if you get drawn against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, you're devastated, because it could be Foden, De Bruyne. Do you know what I mean? Gabriel Jesus, it could be Sterling, Mahrez. But you look at Liverpool, and Wijnaldum's left, they've not replaced him. Harvey Elliott's a good player, but you can't rely on him in every game. One of Jota, Mane or Salah get injured, you start thinking, oh, okay, then they're a bit light there. And they've been lucky with them three as well, with injuries. Salah doesn't really get injured. Mane doesn't really get injured. There's a lot of games to be played. African Nations Cup they've got to go to. So I just think that it's going to come down to squads, and Manchester United, Chelsea and Manchester City squads. Unbelievable.
Game Day. Your verdict with Faye Carruthers. Saturday night, 7:30 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.